The Skylotech, he said it's new. You can use your battery that you use for your saws or trimmers, and then it can take you up the tree instead of climbing yourself. Send it down for your equipment too. Very, very new headsets that will allow you to communicate as well as noise cancel. Something Husqvarna's bringing out. Nice support products. He was telling me about the 592, that it's a new
You're going to be
new
running
product.
the 592?
I'd love to see how it compares to the 661
Okay.
that I have.
Yeah. Let me grab my helmet too. Here you go.
All right, thank you.
This one's going to have our auto-tune system built into it.
Okay.
This one's got the X-Cut light bar on there, which is the Yamaha bar chain. Do you have Husqvarna equipment now?
I don't. I have Stihl.
Oh, you do? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So our cold and hot starting procedure is a little bit different from theirs. So being that these units have auto-tune in them,
Yes.
we go all the way up choked,
Okay.
pull it till it burps,
Okay.
and you go one click down.
All right, and then to stop it, you push down.
Yep, that's right.
Okay.
So I'll give her just.
And I like that Husqvarna uses primer bulbs.
Yeah. So these are a little bit different. The primer bulbs that are on here literally just circulate fuel through the system instead of pushing it into the carb, so you can't flood it.
Oh,
you
awesome.
push that thing 100 times and it won't flood the saw.
Very nice.
So how long you been using steel product for?
I bought my first one about 20 years ago.
Really?
Yeah, and I've bought a lot in the last few years. I didn't use chainsaws too much till a few years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Is there another one that you think I should try? Because I have 50 cc all the way up to 122 cc.
So my favorite saws in our lineup, other than the 592, is the 572, so 70cc saw, and then down at the end on the 50cc, the 550.
Okay.
Limbing saw is by far my favorite. So I mean, if you have the time, by
yeah,
all means,
please.
Same thing here. I'm going to let you start this one, but
Okay.
we go all the way choked up. Prime it 3 times, pull it till it burps. Once it does, it's a half click down.
Okay.
And pull it to start.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah. There you go. Half click down.
Yeah, it's opposite, down instead of up.
Yeah.
Oh. Is this auto tune as well? Ah.
So being that this is another auto-tune saw, same starting procedure on this unit as well.
Thank you. Doesn't matter which side?
Either side, whichever you prefer.
Okay. Feels strong.
Yeah, man, that's one of my favorite saws.
Yeah.
So Scott, who's been with the company with Husqvarna for over 20 years, has told me that the RPMs on the chain on this saw is actually one of the fastest in the industry.
Okay.
So for clearing, limbing, going down the wood, I mean, this is a super nice saw for doing that.
Yeah, it seemed to cut through this very fast for a 50cc.
Yeah.
I'm impressed. I must have got the child size.
I think the last person that wore those was about 100 pounds soaking wet.
That makes me feel better. Nice cedar log. No,
No,
was that oak? Red
Should
oak?
be red oak.
Yep.
Because we got nothing but hardwoods.
Yeah,
So-
that's why it cut so fast over there.
Pines.
Yeah.
So the last time we did this event, I put pine out, and we got roasted for putting pine out. And I said, "The heck with it! I'm putting nothing
Putting
but hardwoods."
hardwoods. Yeah, red oak. What is that? Poplar?
Oh, there's a couple pieces of poplar.
Yeah,
in
it looks
here.
like 2 red oak. Yeah, it cut slower, but being red oak makes sense because that was pine and this was red oak.
I'll plunge this in the other 261 beside it.
Okay.
Because they have the 2 separate chains. So, that is a 26 series chain, so it's a wider chain. That's the 23 series. The other thing that we did when we switched the bars and chains, the bar got skinnier. So see how this one has that little bit of belly still in it?
Yes.
See how that one's more straight?
Yeah, so we're talking about the height of the bar. And this is a light bar and this is a solid. Is this
Well,
no,
so-
it's weld riveted.
Well, so these bars mechanically are built the same. So
Okay.
this is a 3-part bar, that's a 3-part bar.
Yep.
The reason why that one's called light is because when we took that swell out of it, we lost a little bit of weight.
Okay.
So it's not like a true light bar
Where they
like
take
big
the
saws.
middle out. Yeah, I was wondering about. I heard that for the MSA they had made a new 325 chain.
And everything is switching to this.
Yeah.
So this is going to get that coming up. This already has it. It's a more efficient chain. But they're still reduced kickback. So
Okay.
that secondary linkage right here.
Yes.
When you go to bore cut, if you screw up, it doesn't try to kick out so hard. So it's reduced kickback.
And is this normally a 50 gauge? I see this is 63 and
That's a 50. Yep.
And
so the 63 is the chain that we've had for forever.
okay.
This is what we just went to.
And are they standard 50 gauge?
Yeah.
Okay.
You'll still see a few out in the wild that have this on
Yeah.
it, but most everything's gone to this. The quick way to normally tell is just by the bar. If it's the yellow, if it's the orange logo,
Okay.
cream, and it's got like that graphic on it, you know it's one of the new bars.
Okay.
Yeah. Do you have you put the Connect on it yet?
I have not. Yeah.
So that's cool.
What does it do for you?
So what it does is when you pair it to your phone, when you go to use it, it actually checks you in wherever you're using it.
Yeah.
And it also gives you the stats of how you're using it, how many hours you're on it, all the cool stuff. And it's a check engine light. So
Oh.
go over to it.
But there's no engine. Ah,
Yep. So that's green.
yes.
It should have status of solid. It means no attention.
Okay.
If it's yellow, it's like, hey, you need to service the air filter.
Right.
You need to do this, that,
Yeah,
and the other.
I found that air filter fills up fairly quick.
And if it's red, it means it needs to be worked on. But yeah,
Okay.
all you do is you unscrew these two little screws out of your white kick plate.
Yes.
There's a pigtail that's right here that hooks into.
Okay.
You screw that in, and it runs off a watch battery.
Ah,
But it'll,
That's
go,
what
it'll
that-
go to your phone, and then you can also put the app on your computer.
Mm-hmm.
And for like a landscaper or a logger, they use it to check how many saws you have, what's the condition of
yes.
them, how many
So
times
they
they've been
can
worked.
do that from the office.
Yep.
Well, I wish I had that on my 661. I was milling a big oak log the last couple days, turned them into slabs.
Got any questions on anything specific?
Not specific. If you want to just give a brief overview of these, I'm assuming they're made by Ferris, as they look very similar to
It's actually Greenworks.
Greenworks. Okay,
But yeah, it's it can do 22 acres or 8 hours.
this.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's got a shorter wheelbase than a gas.
Yes.
A comparison gas unit.
What about weight?
It's a few 100 pounds heavier, but with the battery being where it is, it actually has a lower center of gravity than the gas units.
And is the battery kind of in between, so it would distribute
It's
the weight a
basically
little
right
bit?
under the seat.
So it might distribute the weight better than a gas, which is hanging behind the rear axle.
It's right under here.
Yeah. Got some big cables there.
Yeah, that shorter wheelbase is a pretty great selling point. A lot of people talk about stand-ons versus zero turns. It's all about how many you can get onto a trailer. So
Right.
yeah, that shorter wheelbase
Yeah.
is going to let you get more units on. You can get in a 48, 52, or 60-inch deck. This here is kind of a master electrical shutoff switch.
Mm-hmm.
So you can flip that, and you'll still have power to this display here, but then you won't be able to move the machine. So it's kind of
Okay.
a safety feature there. Also, if you ever have to work on the machine, you flip that as well.
And then another benefit, I would assume, is you have a direct drive electric motor, correct?
Yeah, 3 of them.
Instead of having a belt.
Yeah, exactly. There's no belts. So really the only maintenance, there's 2 grease fittings on the front, and then obviously you'd want to sharpen your blades, but that's really the only maintenance. So you're not paying for gas, you're not doing oil changes, you're not paying for belts, spindles, that kind of thing.
And do you know what chemistry the battery is? Is it like lithium
I
ion?
believe
Or?
iron phosphate battery.
Oh.
So
Excellent.
it's a stable battery.
Yes.
You're
Lithium
gonna get
iron phosphate.
Longer lifetime.
Hmm.
I think it's like 16 after 16,000 hours. You're gonna have 70% of the battery life left. So
Out of
battery-
16,000 hours or 1,600?
yeah, so the battery is honestly likely to outlast a lot of the frame.
That's great.
Yeah, 2 years, unlimited hours, warranty. After 2 years, it's 5 years, 1,500 hours, whichever comes first.
Okay. So this will power, because it says ETO, I guess they're saying
Yeah,
electric.
So it's not
electric
yeah,
takeoff.
Exactly, it's electric takeoff.
So where's the other one?
Up front here.
What are your options to run?
So we're getting a blower is going to be the first thing.
Oh, wow. Cool.
And then we're going to have more in the future.
And would it mount to this?
Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah. So that's just a general warning statement there. You'll have your blade speed here that you can adjust. The blades will actually pick up on their own if they get into heavier grass. And here's your ground speed over here. You can see as I adjust these, it's going to tell you your energy use. Going to high there, very high energy use. You cut this down, medium, eco energy use there. Yeah, so it's all based on these here. It's going to tell you how much you mowed, acreage, hours, plus your average ground speed. It's actually got built-in hazard lights you can see up here. They're running. You can cut those off if you want. And there's LED lights up front too. If you want to hear the blades, I can cut them on too.
Sure, you might want to move.
And then I'll move it just so you can hear how
Sure.
quiet it is. It makes almost no noise at all.
Yes. I'm wondering how many clients, commercial clients will require this in the future.
Sure, yeah, noise, retirement communities, HOA, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Golf courses, it makes some sense there.
EFI. Briggs and Stratton Vanguard. Is this a dry sump?
Yeah, so this is the oil sump. It's away from the engine, so you're taking the heat out of the oil. It's also got like kind of a cartridge shell oil filter.
Okay, so the oil filter's here.
Mm-hmm.
Very interesting.
Yeah. So you're getting 500-hour oil changes instead of 100 hours.
Wow, 500 instead of
That's
100.
a big advantage there. You got USBs on this as well.
Oh, nice.
2 gas tanks. Here's where you switch it over here.
Hydraulic oil.
Yeah, that's the overflow. The 2 hydros are down there.
Yeah, I can see the fans.
All that good stuff. The big thing that sets this thing apart is the suspension. You got shocks here in the back, and also the independent front suspension up front. So all moves independently up here. Makes a big difference on operator comfort for sure.
Yeah, when you're spending most of the day sitting on it, it's just like a commercial machine. And your same adjustment.
Yeah, very similar, so I'll hop on there and show you. So just park and brake. And just lower the deck, slide that out, drop it down. And then all your different mowing, cutting heights right here, you just move this pin. Just like that. Throttle. Blades. This comes with LEDs on it, lights up front. I have the key on, so they're not going to be on, but the lights up front are on.
The push mower over there, I have not seen that. Is that a new product?
Yeah, those are new this year.
Oh.
So we got 4 different gas push mowers now. That is the professional version.
Okay.
Kind of the highest end version. I don't put bells and whistles on it. But they're not new to Stihl. They've been in Europe for about 5 years now.
Okay.
It's not a new product to Stihl, but it is new to the U.S. So the mono handle is kind of the first thing everybody notices. And the big advantage there is getting into the area to change your bag. Enter your bag. You don't have this extra bar here, so it's real accessible.
Does this also fold to?
On all the other models, it does. This is the super professional model, so it's really just plug and play. Not really designed as for storage as you see. The other ones fold up, and you can actually flip them on their back. Yeah. This thing is heavy duty. It's heavy duty as heavy you can get on a push mower.
Yeah, that looks like a thick deck.
Yeah. Solid back. Guard. You can see my bottom there.
Yes.